Okay, one thing I want to point out is when you're assembling these, I got one of these labeled with a B. That's for the back. The back of the cart's going to have these channel irons on it with the caster wheels, and it'll go up underneath here. I'm going to hand it to Brandon, and you'll slide the DOM tubing up the shaft. So what you want to do is you're going to have 3 of these 3/8 inch bolts. You're going to have 2 of them. They're going to be 4.5 inches long. And they're going to have these little nuts that we've drilled out as washers. You want one nut by the head, and you'll put it through the shaft. That bolt's 4.5 inches. The one on the top pin on the front is 4 inches long, because the shaft's just a 1/4 inch smaller diameter. And then you're going to have a 1 inch by 4 inch bolt, and we put that through here. Whether you put them up or down, it doesn't matter, as long as they're tight and everything stays in place. And that's going to wrap up your installation on what I call the stabilizer bar. One thing I want to point out is on our crossbars here, the front is going to have this tab on it, and this tab locks these crossbars so they can't be adjusted anymore. We set these things on a level concrete floor, and they're square with the frame. The goal is for them not to be adjusted, and that's why they got a tack on them. But this tab here represents the front of the trailer, and on these crossbars here we have a tack weld, one, and then on the other one we have 2, and there's corresponding spots on the frame for these tack welds. That way the crossbars go exactly where they are intended to go when we built this trailer. Up here on the front of the trailer, you're going to have 2 brackets where these crossbars can go. You're going to have one on the frame. This is our highway position. So if you're planning on driving over 20 miles an hour, you're going to want these in the highway position. And then when you get to the field, you can pull or pin, and you could take it down to the axle. That's our all-steer position. This helps it track like it should in the field and handle on the highway like it needs to. Grease points on these, I honestly don't have a number in my head right now, but I'll go over the location of all of them. You got one on your caster wheel up here in this box. It's kind of tough to get to. You'll have to position the caster wheel just right to get to it. You're going to have one right here on the frame for this shaft. You're going to have two on the plates, and you're going to have one on the shaft for the axle. It's going to be on the same on the front and back. Your only difference is on the front, it's going to be on top because the pin is horizontal instead of vertical. And then you also, on each hub, you have a grease zerk right here on the hub. Easy to get to. I think it's important to grease all these grease points within at least 20 hours, I would say. The hubs you could probably take a little bit longer, but just to be on the safe side, I think keeping grease and everything within 20 hours would be very important for the life of the cart.